Alright, let's see. Kelp 2, Bodie no Crashy. I almost called it Bloaty no Crashy. So, interestingly enough, what we learned at the end of the last session is that I've actually almost completely finished everything here. Have I finished this stuff? No. Right, we just got here. Well, I might as well salvage a lot of those. Unfortunately, none of these have science for me, which kind of sucks a little bit. How's our storage doing? Bad. Let's see. But yeah, we're in this awkward position of... Yeah, I knew that wasn't going to work out the way I wanted to. Let's see. I could get another dock here. We're probably going to want to just find a new location to start building on this giant raft. Unfortunately, this is kind of the major delivery spot. I guess I could remove the water and maybe some other things, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so that has fish, dried fish, cooked fish, and canned food. I'm just gonna have that storage yard entirely open for that kind of stuff. So that should work, and we should have enough storage for all of these things. Especially as we start depleting maybe some of these food sources. Are we harvesting anything? Not really, actually. We might want to just get what we can from these couple of islands, mainly the metal scrap. Which, you know, in retrospect, that's what I'm going to start storing over here. I'm just going to move all of the metal storage out this direction. That's not a bad idea. Because, yeah, let's do none. We just want metal bits. Nope, not firewood. Metal bits, pipes, and screws. And we're going to do the same thing with this one. Because my goal for the most part is... I want to have as much resources as I can jam onto this raft, even if it may not make a whole lot of sense. I don't know. So we're probably just going to grab these things and then just bail. I'd stick around, but we've got tons of resources already, and we're pretty full up. And if we check the map, where are we? We're here. Yeah, the abandoned town will probably have some useful things. I'm looking for oil, but we haven't found any here. Maybe the abandoned town will have stuff. We don't want more people. That's, like, actually the last thing we want. In fact, we're pretty good as far as resources go. Because after a certain point, like, we're not going to need... We have, like, one person maybe managing the water. Oh, right, I can speed this up considerably. I forgot about that. Also, thank you, Verisog, for the 500 bits. Thank you so much. Let's see. Hopefully you're having a pretty good evening. I've had a migraine for the past, like, 4 days. So I'm sitting with the lights down. I've dimmed my monitors. I might dim them some more. But I've been sort of sick. I don't know if it's the weather or if I'm actually sick or something like that. I think it's mostly a sinus headache that, you know, just kind of melds into the other usual headaches, but it's been not rough necessarily, so much as just like an unpleasant couple of days. It's the kind of thing that will, you know, get better over the course of a little while, and then I'll just go back to normal. Kind of nice. I'll run another platform there. I guess, seeing as I'm doing that, we might as well at least grab some plastic here, because we're starting to run low on that. I don't know if these guys are even... Yeah, this isn't going to take too long. I don't even know if I need the seaweed. I need research points sooner than later, probably. But yeah. No, for me, headaches are just something that I just kind of ignore until they go away. And if they become a migraine, that usually just means I'm either really irritable, really impatient, or just tired. Because I can kind of manage most of the other stuff. The pain isn't so much the issue. I become less functional, and it's just like, well, what do I do? How do I still manage to do what I need to do without being garbage at it? And the answer is, let's make screws. guess we'll just have to do 6 at a time. That'll be okay. Oh! I make 2 screws per metal scrap. That's nice. But no, I'm just going to be playing slow games today. If Shell was functional, I could probably do a little bit more, because it's easier when I have a really bad headache to play with somebody else, and have them kind of not pick up some of the slack necessarily, but multiple problems halted. Yes, we have no fish. But we got 63 food, so it's probably not so bad. But yeah, if we can get the plastic recycler on top of the scrap smith, we should be in a nice position. So these are done. Let's see. Do we fish at all? Maybe I should. It's always prudent to have spare food. I just don't want to spend forever on this map, because there's nothing really exciting out here. Which is mildly unfortunate. Unfortunate-ish. Let's see. Production limit reached. Yeah, because we've got 100 dried wood sitting around, which is really nice. Like, switching up to the cooked fish has more or less put me in this lovely position. What is this saying? Empty production queue. Oh, do we already have the screws we need? We do. So in that case, I can get this. I was really hoping I could... Because I could put it there, but I don't want to do that. Can't put it there. Obviously can't... I could put it down at the end here, but that'd be a mistake. This isn't a terrible spot. It's not the most efficient, but I've barely even used half of my territory. So I'll be a little bit better off later. I don't know. I guess part of it is, like, I pretty much am hitting a nice equilibrium on resources. We're not... You pretty much need 1 solar sill per person per day, give or take. I think it's a little bit less than that. I'd love to see the actual production math somewhere. Like, if there's some way to show, like, here's your current income level of water. Here's your current drain. I thought I saw something like that very, like, originally in this, but I haven't seen anything of the sort since, so I'm assuming I just imagined things. But being able to, like, pull up let's see, game controls, constructions, nope. Being able to pull up, like, a needs versus production interface would actually, I don't know. I love it when games do that, because then I can kind of actually refer to it, and it's like, okay, how desperate am I for certain things? I'm gonna toss that there. We've got unlimited plastic. I mean, realistically, yeah, we do have unlimited resources that I can just roll with. And do whatever I want, which is actually, I mean, it's nice. It's easy to feel kind of disconnected in this game because of it. For those of you that don't know, that weren't here at the end of yesterday, this game is one of those town builder survival games, but doesn't really have, like, challenges. Like, once you hit equilibrium, you don't go off of equilibrium. You are just there. I am just gonna snack on raspberries as we go today, because I have a whole bowl full of them. I like raspberries. They're good. But, like, you know, a lot of games have characters aging out and dying, so you have to keep the population up, or external threats to be aware of. This game doesn't have either of those. And to some degree, I'm kind of fine with that. I would almost prefer it to be one of those where this is less about... Like, this has about the same level of survival needs as, like, Subnautica, where pretty much as long as you're not screwing around, you will never run out of food or water in either game. And I hope they kind of take it the Subnautica route, where you just slowly tech up and increase your town until it's ridiculous, instead of immediately having to be afraid of any, like, existential threats. But I realized, like, those existential threats, or existent threats? I don't even know. My ability in English is kind of bad right now. But having something to say, like, this is like a a threat to you, but it's more of a like, as long as you know it's coming, it's not so bad. And then after that, it's just like, okay, well, now we've got the water stills, but we can improve the design, or we can start going underwater. And, you know, you just have a lot to do before you hit the end. And the only challenge is, how well do you do it? But I guess that kind of kills replayability, so I understand why people usually prefer stuff like oxygen not included or whatnot. I guess it's one of those where it's like, I like it in Factorio, where the aliens are a threat, but they're barely a threat. They're there. And they're annoying, but it's like, they don't stop. How do I describe it? It's not that they stop you from doing stuff, it's that they're more of just kind of an inconvenience. And as long as you're kind of on top of things, you really don't have to worry about too much. Oh, right. This is purely for metal bits. Because I want enough space for all of this. Oh, right, and that. Anything else? I guess I can add oil to the mix. Just because. Okay, anything else? Not really. We don't need more houses. We've got enough fuel. And how are we doing on buoys? I guess what I can do, what I should do is probably expand it. Well, I guess both of these are almost done. Ow. One of the problems when I have really bad headaches, migraines, whatever, I'm way more likely to just rely on filler words and just pauses, and I'm just like, instead of actually saying things. That always sucks a little bit, but it's okay. We'll be fine. Let's see. We're just talking about dangers and threats, and then I've totally forgotten where I was going with that, but that's okay. I guess the real danger in this game is just making sure you have enough for everybody. And after a certain point, you will definitely hit a critical mass where you just can't feed everyone. Or maybe you could if you went fast enough. How do they not get seasick? I mean, it's a lot slower than this, so you probably get kind of used to it. At this speed, like, I could totally see everyone getting seasick, but this is high speeds. Yeah, I wonder if we could actually take care of everyone. Like, what is the critical mass before you truly cannot get enough resources to feed everyone? That the drain is just too much. I guess the critical mass would probably be, at what point do you run out of solar cells? Ish? Or space for solar cells? Let's see, now do we have good maximums on some of these? I guess I'm gonna just set, do we want to set the firewood requirement to 100? We could. Be silly. Maybe on the next one. Okay, are we done with the buoys? We're done with the buoys. So let's just go on to the next area. We're just gonna do this a couple of times. So I should probably mention, seeing as we're here, after the discovery kind of yesterday that, hey, this game really is not actually that complex, and there's not that much content available in it right now. It is one of those that this is going to be the last time I probably play it for a year. We need some more metal salvage, and we can get some science. No oil, but we don't really need them. Let's see. But I'm probably going to put this on the back burner, just because, like, I like this game. It's fun, but it's also very much an early access product. I could keep, like, trying to turn this town into something ridiculous, but what I want to do today is just get the entire tech tree done. You know, see about the food truck? I don't even know if the food truck's that important. Same thing with the desalinator. Desalinator's probably decent. And, you know, the fishing hut and whatnot. You know, build all of this stuff, see what's actually good and what I should focus on in the future, and then probably put this on the back burner until it's get some more, like, substantial updates. Let's see. While we're here, we should probably increase that so multiple boats can go to both. I don't even know what my people are up to, but that's okay. While we're here, we should probably make a couple of plastic nets. Just gonna make a bunch. I figure it's a good way to get rid of some of my spare plastic, seeing as I've picked up a whole lot. Let's see. What else do we want to do? Not too much. It looks like my boats are full up. I guess we just don't have anybody hauling. Seems to be the main issue, because these boats are... This boat is full of dry... Oh, dry wood's probably from salvage here. Yeah. And yeah, nobody's pulling it off. Probably because we don't actually have the storage space for it. Well... Option A, we have a lot of plastic. Like, a lot more than we need. So I'm gonna start wasting my plastic. Hard. Let's see. Back at boats, I see. Yep. Shell's not feeling very good, understandably. Oh, I can't build off of this thing. That in and of itself is a bit of a concern. What I'm probably going to do is just, build these, like, crazy long paths. Clear out some of my plastic stocks. And set things up so we can fit a lot more around here. But yeah, this is just one of the easier games that I have currently on my list that I can record solo. Because I think everything else would require thought? Because as long as I don't get too distracted talking about the Steam, or, you know, people being allowed to return games. Sorry for getting on that topic for so long yesterday. It just bugs me. But as long as I don't get like too distracted and forget about feeding all of my people, we're pretty much never going to lose. So I can just go as long as I want, which is fine. And also, it's kind of nice to just play this and have it done. One of the problems that I run into very consistently when I'm playing anything, when I'm doing anything, is that there are more games that come out that I want to cover than I have time to cover in a given day. Oh, I could fit some houses in here. We don't really need them, though. Let's see, did we get more science? No. I guess people haven't checked this out yet. I'm hearing like a bree every once in a while. It's driving me a bit nutty, but that's okay. Oh. I have no idea what that noise is, but it's going to drive me insane. It's definitely in game, but it's just like a routine, like kind of brain noise. And it's like just on the edge of everything and it's not making things better. Alright, whatever. We're fine. Let's see, so hopefully we can finish scavenging that soon. These are good. Is anybody scavenging the plastic? No. Wait, I'm not even sure what people are scavenging currently. Fish, it looks like. Maybe? I guess I also did give them a bunch of really ridiculous building tasks, so that might take them a little while to get it all done. I almost feel like I should have one guy dedicated. Let's see, maybe it's a salvage site. Maybe. I truly have no idea what's making the sound. It's not a big deal, and I'll probably tune it out. I just noticed it for a little bit, and I'm like, oh, that noise. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, my people are just running around. The one problem is my docks being out here. Does mean my people are less likely to go to it. Kind of, I don't know. I'm trying to remember which management. Oh, it was oxygen not included a while back. Like, when the game first came out, I remember I ran into issues where I'd tell a character to do something a fair distance away. And because of how, like, time passed and, like, needs stacked up, the character would, like, get down to the end of the tunnel and be like, oh, shoot, I need a pee. And then, like, turn right back around and not do anything. See, maybe it could be the car on the broken bridge. Could be. I'm not hearing it anymore, so I don't know. It could have just been in my mind, or it could have been any number of things. Okay, well, this solves our storage issues. Sort of. Not really, actually. We still have hefty storage limitations. Do we make some more nets? You heard it as well, but it stopped when the stream buffered. Weird. I don't know. Okay, so what do we do? Because we've got the grills. I'm waiting mostly for these to get salvaged, but nobody's coming out here. It would be kind of nice for this game as like one of the options if you could specifically, how would it work? If you could specifically actually leave permanent settlements behind and start trading with them. So you've got this giant raft fortress. Yeah, the car is still there, but not the sound. Because there was a very distinct, like, wee, wee noise that would happen fairly routinely, and it was definitely in the game. And I don't think it was the car. So I don't know what the noise was coming from. Oh. No, it is. Oh my god, that's annoying. That's really annoying. Like, I get it, but now that's just gonna be there. Ugh. I do not like that. I do not like that in the slightest. I mean, it's truly not actually that bad, but it's still annoying. Luckily, they should be finishing up with this area fairly shortly. So we've only got 2 metal left there. And then hopefully they'll go on to the other area and clear that out. We might as well stop with the wood collection here. We're actually doing stupidly well on that, so I'm just going to cancel that. We're going to put a boat marker over here. Grab a little bit more plastic, and then probably just bail. But yeah, I think it would be kind of interesting if one part of this game was actually establishing permanent locations that you can come back and trade with, almost. So, you know, say we see a reasonable landmass right here. The current will carry us past in, like, 5 minutes. Like, if each of these maps was actually timed, where your raft would enter here and exit the other side, but you could say leave 2 people to set up a town here, and you have to make sure that they're all set up within that 5-minute period, otherwise, you know, you just leave it for the next time or something like that. And the point is, every couple of maps, you come past it again. And then you can trade for any resources they've scrounged up in the area. You know, maybe you can have them have giant trash nets attached to the island that'll slowly just accrue junk. Or maybe just turn it into a fishing village. Or maybe there's like a reasonable source of oil nearby. And so every time you go by, you can trade some of your wood for some oil and some other things. And you're kind of building a town that will be a resource outpost for you for a while. Because I think that would actually be a really nice-ish change of pace for this game. Let's see, do we want to get another dock? Because here's the thing. I guess I need rope. Do we just get a couple of rope? I'm just gonna get like 5 rope. Because what I might want to do is actually diversify my docks. You know, tear this up at some point and put the docks along the absolute outer edge. Because the docks themselves aren't that large. And so they can fit where a lot of other buildings just won't. 'Cause I hate it when that happens. It did the autosave lag. Because, yeah, I could put a dock, like, right here, maybe. Hey, thank you, Yeti and Spaghetti, for the 14-month resub. Thank you so much. Okay. I swear I told Sammy float.
Yo.
Where is Sammy? What's he doing? Because Sammy's jobs are to recycle. I mean, he's currently hauling stuff, which I guess is fine, but nobody wants to go back to this island for some reason. Or maybe he's going to do it now. Oh, now he's finally going back to do this. Okay. To be fair, these people would be dying of high-key scurvy by now. Yeah, they would be. I love the animations, though. Like, I don't know. Visual design means a lot to me when it comes to, like, indie games and indie developments and so on and so forth. And it's so much more interesting playing a game that looks like this. That whale is going to clonk into the rock. Whale don't care. Whale don't care. It's very poppy and cartoony and stylized. Yeah. And like, I really want to play 7 Days to Die again. Actually, I can check this while we're here. I think the game will still run while I'm alt-tabbed. It will. I should probably stick to this singular monitor, though. Let's see. There we go. Are there any graphic mods for 7 Days to Die? Because there's always, like, the high-quality graphics. But that always sucks a little bit. Because, yeah, it's just high-quality textures and graphics and makes it look all realistic. But, like, 7 Days to Die, no matter how much you, like, reskin that thing to look fancy, it's still going to look like ass. And I get it. It's kind of supposed to be sort of realistic-ish. But I would rather play 10 games that look like this than a single game that looks like my backyard. For starters, I barely have a backyard, and it's kind of depressing. And also, like, you know, if I want to see a realistic forest, I generally just go outside. There's a couple of games that can kind of get away with it.